guys, what's going on? My name is Bridgette and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day wherever you are. And today's video is going to be how makeup companies can manipulate you. So this is going to be kind of like how makeup companies can kind of manipulate you into buying new products or buying some of the same products you already have. Things that they do to kind of trick you and different marketing schemes they use that you might not realize are huge marketing schemes. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video.
It's just cherries, everything is cherries on top.
I feel like it's been a while since I did such like boring makeup on this channel, and I feel like not even myself right now. Anyways, before we get started, I put a video every single freaking day, so if you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Alright, so the first way that people can get over on you is by phrasing things very poorly to seem less guilty. And this happens a lot when companies are not cruelty-free, but they want to seem like they are. Since I've gone cruelty-free, I notice this a lot. So let's go over to one of the biggest makeup companies, MAC's website, and see what we can find and how tricky they are with their wording. Okay, so we have Googled MAC and let's go to their website. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a section here called animal testing. Now in this, it's worded so crappily to make you think they're cruelty-free. So it says, working towards a cruelty-free world. MAC does not test on animals. We do not own any animal testing facilities, and we never ask others to test on animals for us. Then it says, governments have to do it. However, MAC is not required to sell to China, as it says here. It just says, we love our fans. We never want to exclude them anywhere, but you are excluding us in the United States who refuse to buy from companies that test on animals. Now, over here, it says that we do not own any animal testing facilities. It says we don't own any of them in the world. However, they allow other companies to do it for them. So, you're not cruelty-free, but you make it sound like working towards a cruelty-free world. That you're cruelty-free, but you're not. It's just a freaking lie. Okay, guys, so as you can see, they do a lot of tricky wording to try to seem like, oh, we don't own any animal testing facilities, so that they're not sounding guilty. But in fact, they allow their products to be sold in China that have to require animal testing. And instead of that, they should really just not sell there. Trying to make a couple dollars and you're hurting animals in the process. I would never allow products that I make to be tested on animals, but that's like a whole new, different topic. This topic is that it's very weirdly worded so people think that they're buying a cruelty-free product when in fact they are not. Okay, so the next way people can get over on you is by selling the exact same product with a different smell or different packaging. So this happens quite a lot. We just saw this with Smashbox's new citrus primer water, which they said was a collab, but people don't think it's a collab. Anyways, primer water is one of their top selling things. It might be their top selling thing for Smashbox. And it's been around forever. But all they did was add a couple drops of a different smell to it and market it and package it as a whole new, fun new item. When in fact it's the exact same product that you already own, just with like an orange peel on the bottle. And also people do this with packaging. So Urban Decay is known for doing this. It has happened the most when sales went down for their, well, allegedly sales went down for their all-nighter setting spray, as a lot of other setting sprays were coming out around that same time period. And once that started happening, they repackaged it. It was a white and purple container. It looked okay, it was fine. And then they repackaged it to this black and purple container, and it looks so much better. It's sold way more, I believe. I think it shot up to the top of the bestsellers list on Sephora's website once they repackaged it. And it's the exact same product that you already own with a new bottle. And I have to admit, I was one who fell for it. I was running low one day on my little white and purple bottle, and then I saw the new one. I was like, well, you know, it's time to restock. So I'm guilty of falling for this one myself. Packaging gets me. Now the next thing is something that us YouTubers do, and I think everyone does, but makeup companies do it as well. So say I have a good video, a good anti-haul. Of course, I'm going to do another anti-haul later. This happens the same thing with makeup companies. So let's say, for example, for the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, that thing was so hyped that they decided to do a whole line around Sweet Peach. And I think it's gone too far for them, but this happens a lot. You can say it with Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Now they have all-nighter foundations, concealers, everything. They also did this with Tarte. Tarte Shape Tape was the top thing ever for them. Now they have Tarte Shape Tape foundations to match it. It just happens a lot. You have a good product and they make a whole line around that one product to kind of feed off the original hype for it. The next thing is something that bigger beauty gurus have confirmed, as well as people who used to work for these companies, and this is that they will sell out an item super fast to gain hype. Now, I feel like this is I feel like a lot of us know this already, but a lot of people don't. They really believe this product sold out. So oftentimes when they have a new release that is not quite as hyped as they wanted it to be, they didn't do enough marketing or just didn't work out in their favor, they will sell it out. They will say there's only this many stock and sell out the item, and then everyone will freak out like, oh my gosh, this item sold out in 10 minutes. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, it must be so good. I can't wait to get my hands on it. They wait for the next restock. They'll set a timer for the next restock. And the fact is, it didn't really sell out. They just kind of hyped up the product even more. I feel like this happens a lot. I'm not going to say who I think does it the most, but it just happens. They just say the item's sold out, and then the crazy thing is they'll have it restocked again like 2 weeks later so people don't forget about it. But in reality, it probably takes them more than 2 weeks to make a whole new batch from their manufacturer for this release. So they sell out items really fast, get the hype up, and then before you forget about the hype, they will sell it to you and you'll buy it because you're like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. Everyone else has it. Okay, so the next one is one that is kind of like a theory. It's not confirmed, but you know, kind of confirmed. This is limited edition items that are meant to be permanent, but they call them limited edition at first. This happens a lot, even in the food category, every freaking thing. There'll be something limited edition, and you think it's gonna go away, so you buy it because it looks super pretty. And then once they get all the sales from it and it sells out the limited edition version, they'll make it permanent. This happens so much. I see it all the time. And it's one thing that, yes, I get excited about limited edition items. I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to get my hands on it and it looks really pretty. And then turns out it'll just be permanent. And then it's a staple. The next thing that people do is something that I'm going to make a whole video about if you want it, like a separate video. I'll leave a poll up for you. You tell me if you want it. This is the pop effect. We see this so much with eyeshadow palettes, so much with blush palettes, so much with like lines in general of makeup products. So let's take, for example, the Kim Kardashian and Mario palette. If you took out that blue, I believe it would sell way less than half than it did. I feel like people buy things for that one bright color in the palette, and it draws their attention away from the rest of it being kind of boring and things they already own. This happens so much. Personally, I like to, I use Photoshop a lot, so I like to take the Photoshop, put it on the palette, and take one of the other shades that's not the pop shade and replace it so I can see what it looks like without that shade. You can do it yourself. Just put your hand over that one shade and look at the palette as a whole without that one shade, and you'll see that you're probably not going to want it the way you did with that signature color in the palette. The last one is marketing tricks that you don't think is marketing. At first, you think it's just like a nice little vacation or something. And it turns out it's just a huge marketing thing. I don't blame anyone for doing this. I mean, it sounds expensive on the brand's part. So let's say, for example, Benefit. I can talk about Benefit because they're not cruelty-free, and I'll never be on their little trip anyway. So, Benefit does this thing where they send all these beauty gurus to like Bora Bora and places like that, and you think, oh, it's just a nice little cute brand trip, when in reality it's a whole trick to get beauty gurus to tweet about it, snap about it, Instagram about it, and they use all these little hashtags and remind you of Benefit. There's like Benefit logos in every background, and it really subconsciously digs into your mind about this brand. It makes you think about this brand a lot more. It's not just that, oh, it's a cute beach getaway, it's for this. And it's really smart on their part. I don't blame a beauty guru for going on a trip. I mean, I would go on a free trip too, so like, get that money, get that free trip. But it's just really smart on the brand's part that it looks like they're just taking people on vacation, when in reality you're getting so much free publicity from these beauty gurus. Well, not free. They're getting so much publicity from these beauty gurus. They snap about it, they Instagram about it, they tweet about it. They just, the whole week, all it is them promoting Benefit. And it's smart marketing, but it doesn't really seem like marketing. It seems just like a nice thing to do for people who review products. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from me, I put a video every single freaking day. So So if you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I will see you then, guys. Bye.